Ladies and gentlemen, the Tombstone Thunderbird. And if you don't know about the Tombstone Thunderbird, it is there was an article in the Tombstone newspaper in the year 1890 that two individuals shot and killed a big flying beast. And after they knocked it out, they tried to explain it to the newspaper people that it was basically had a head of an alligator, and they tried measuring it, and it was pretty long. A lot of people think it's a pterodon or a pterodactyl. Dragon came to mind after I was reading that article. But all the videos that I have watched on YouTube about the Tombstone Thunderbird and a lot of the articles I have read, they say there is a missing picture. And some of the pictures that I've seen, of course, might be exaggerated. That's one of them. I do have a favorite one. I do like that one real well. A lot of these pictures that I have seen, I think they're two different stories, my personal opinion. One is to show them, holding their bounty. Even talked about how they put it on the, hung it up on the barn there. And I believe there's two stories. If you read the article of the 1890 Tombstone Thunderbird, it doesn't mention anything about a trophy or a picture taken. At the end, when they after they killed it, they went back in town to get some supplies, and a group of men came and went to, I guess, skin it or take care of it, and that's where the article ends. So, anyway, I saw this picture, and I was intrigued, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Everything started falling into place, and I started with a Tamiya 1/35 scale pterodon kit. This kit is very, very simple, and I wanted it for a couple of reasons: the scale and how it's made. And if you ever get this kit, it's made in translucent, so you don't have to paint the middle of the wings. You will have to paint the body. It's pretty much cast in a smoked color. And this kit is, for better purposes, 4 pieces. 3 for the bird and 1 for the base. They do give you a 35th scale template, if you will. And I wanted it 35th scale. I try to keep most of my dioramas about the same. So this video is going to be part 1, as in more of a little bit of planning before we assemble. And assemble's only 3 pieces. It'd be painting, it'd be very quick, but I wanted to show the planning and the work in progress stage before I got any further. So, with that being said, I'll use my 35th scale man here as a guide. I needed a cowboy, or but I couldn't figure out which one I wanted. You can get metal kits, or you can try to sculpt it. Trying to find a 3D printed one, I was like, well, what could I use? And I was thinking more of the line of the plastic army man, or plastic cowboy man. But I wanted 35th scale. These are little 32nd, maybe a little bit bigger. As you can see, that's pretty close to 35th. Awfully big. So I dug a little deeper, and I found a figure just about right in 35th scale. However, these cowboy kits usually come in about 4 scales: 72nd, 48, 35th, 32nd, and then sometimes they make a little larger one. But anyway, he worked out real well. But for the diorama, I wanted to convey everything all at once, and I wanted the bird, and I wanted a figure, but I couldn't find a cowboy that I liked. I wanted this one in particular because he has a Winchester, and in that article, it mentions both them shot that down with Winchester. So, with a little bit of planning, I took the base, and base sticks out a little bit longer. I whacked that off, and I re-sculpted the base, the plastic base, with the I won't say wood base, with not plaster of Paris, paper mache. You can get shredded paper mache. I mix it with white glue and a little bit of sand. Gives it a little texture, and it blends in real well. I wanted the base on here because the pterodon base actually comes with the rocks and the water, which like it's flying over it, which is fine. But I filled that in because I wanted the I'm gonna say mesa type rock formations. And then we're gonna put Mr. Figure right there. I have a 35th scale man with his Winchester, which is part of the article. And then you'll have to. One thing about the clear kit I forgot to mention. It's casted real beautifully, but if you look real close, you can see the air bubbles in the stand, which may use, may not, may have to see whatever we want. I'm going to use the mounting hole for the bird to fit. You put the pole in, and the bird will be basically like he's flying. And then we'll have a guy like that. Of course, you ain't looking at, not an action diorama, but it does get the point across. And one thing about dioramas, you're supposed to, it's an unsung rule, and that is kind of have to stay in the confines of the base. I mean, you can deviate and get off a little bit, but majority of the rule. But for the pterodactyl, I'm actually going for a Y. So when you basically look at it, it's going like that. You got the vertical plane, sometimes when you look at dioramas, you're looking at straight, back and forth, or straight across, or you can go vertical. But this one will go vertical and wide. But anyway, that's a topic for another day on dioramas. But I wanted to show that, ladies and gentlemen, before I get a little further, because it's going to be really quick, as in assembly and painting. The bird's only 3 pieces. Get him attached, and it'll be just a very, very quick paint job. And painting toy soldiers, they're a lot of primer. Got to let it sit because they use slick plastic. It's hard for paint to escape, but once you get you a nice good coat of primer on there, it should work out just fine. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. Part 1, the Tombstone Thunderbird. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.